everyone. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. The Los Angeles Police Department highlighted the predatory practice of bandit towing. These companies operate without authorization and then further victimize drivers with stiff fees to release their vehicle.
We're having this press conference with the intention of informing the public about a predatory business practice, namely bandit towing. Bandit towing is not a new practice. It's an unethical practice of some tow truck companies and auto repair shops that involve the towing of victims' vehicle without authorization. The victim is then forced to pay extensive fees to get their vehicle out of the shop.
The tow company Legends was involved with illegally towing and impounding 145 victim vehicles from scenes of accidents and private parking lots, and those vehicles were all taken illegally and taken to Legends and held there for essentially car ransom until people paid exorbitant fees to get their vehicle back.
After an extensive investigation and collaboration with our partners from the California Highway Patrol, we conducted a search warrant where we actually impounded 145 vehicles. I can tell you that's a lot, and that was a lot of work on everybody's part.
This issue goes not only citywide, but it goes through the county and through the state. So all through Los Angeles City, we have victims that are each day being affected. This specific one covered from San Gabriel Valley and all points through the city. These bandit tow operators drive their tow trucks all throughout the city, trying to befriend and solicit people that are in their worst moments in an attempt to take their vehicles from the scene. If your vehicle has already been towed by one of these companies, contact your local police department or sheriff's office or highway patrol office, and we'll get you the resources to claim your vehicle back.
In Mid-City, Councilwoman Katie Yaroslavsky and LA's Department of Transportation are making neighborhood streets safer by design. They just broke ground on a new Greenway project, which will prioritize people over cars in these residential neighborhoods.
So we're in Mid-City in front of Rosewood STEM Elementary to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Mid-City Greenway project, which is 4.5 miles of streetscape improvements that will slow down cut-through traffic in our residential neighborhoods and make it safer for pedestrians and bicyclists to get around this part of Los Angeles.
So a number of features that are really meant to calm traffic, meaning really slow traffic down and prioritize people who are walking and biking, including curb extensions, bike boxes, some new traffic signals, some audible pedestrian signals, all again intended to make our streets, our neighborhood streets, safer for people.
It's so important because people are so discombobulated behind the wheel now. They are on their cell phones. Here they're running stop signs. It happens every day. I do the morning valet, the afternoon valet, and I see it in front of the school. I could see it down here at the corner. And so is wherever money can be put to improve the safety on neighborhood streets, all of those things are so helpful, so needed, because safety first.
This is the sort of project that it's a win-win, right? It makes our community safer. It makes kids and parents feel more comfortable walking or biking to school. It's part of our overall public safety strategy. And it did take 10 years of community engagement and planning to get to this point where we're now ready to break ground. And what we're hoping to do is replicate this and speed it up in other places across the city.
That new Greenway is definitely a win for the Mid-City. With the LA Olympics only 3 years away, the city's Rec and Park's PlayLA program and LA 28 offered young Angelinos the chance to get in on the action. At the LA 28 Day of Sports, over 300 kids got to experience new and adaptive Olympic sports.
The Olympics are going to be right here in our hometown.
Today we're here at the world-famous South Park in South Los Angeles. We have 300 kids from local recreation centers, and these kids get to experience some of the Olympic sports that are going to be held in the Olympics that are going to be here in 3 years. We have flag football, we have soccer, we have blind soccer, we have cricket.
Here at this event, we have many other sports. Ours is the adaptive section where we're playing blind soccer, a sport that mostly relies on hearing for us to hear the ball.
They have eye shadows that they wear over their eyes, and they listen to the sound of the ball. It's important that we offer programs for both able bodies and individuals, youth with disabilities.
I was that kid that was like very in her show, was intimidated by sports. My family doesn't have any sports background whatsoever. And as a person like with disabilities, I didn't even know that sports was a possibility for me. I completely changed my life through sports, and PlayLA is basically just opening the doors for these kids to do the same.
Sports has been a part of my life my entire life, and it's just given me so many opportunities, opportunity to represent the United States at the Olympics, the friends that I've met, the lessons that I've learned. It's really shaped me into the person that I am, and I just feel like every kid deserves that opportunity, and so they're getting that chance here today.
Even though I have a disability, I can still be active. I can still play sports with my friends. I can still, in a sense, be human like the rest of you guys. I can go out there, be active, and just overall have fun.
Everybody ready for the big surprise? Yeah! Are you really ready for the big surprise? All right, here we go.
Today, kids will be able to receive an Olympic medal as well as a pair of tennis shoes, thanks to our sponsor, Nike and LA28. The $160 million that LA28 donated to us, it allows all kids, regardless of economical background or disabilities, to participate in youth sports within Los Angeles.
I lived in so many different places, and nowhere have seen a program like this. This is something that is life-changing.
If you want to find out more about our PlayLA program, go to laparks.org.
We love PlayLA!
More city support for immigrant communities, how to learn more about red flag parking restrictions, and an AI tool that will help the rebuilding process in the Palisades. These stories up next on CityBeat.
LA Mayor Karen Bass has issued a new executive directive which will increase support for LA communities in the wake of immigration raids. The directive instructs city departments to boost protocols and training to prepare for federal immigration activity occurring on city property. Bass will establish a working group with the LA Police Department, immigrants' rights organizations, and community leaders to give additional guidance to police when responding to immigration sweeps. Under the order, the mayor will pursue records from federal agencies on their activities, their use of masks to obscure identities, and the reasons for detaining Angelenos. For more information, visit mayor.lacity.gov/press. The Los Angeles Fire Department, LAFD, wants Angelenos to get the latest information on red flag parking restrictions. The City of Los Angeles will declare a red flag day when weather conditions include wind speeds of 25 miles per hour or more and humidity of 15% or less. At those times, the LAFD activates the red flag alert system and sends notifications to all subscribers that special parking restrictions are called for in very high fire hazard severity zones. The zones include areas where parked vehicles can block emergency access and trap residents during evacuation. LA residents can opt into the alert system to receive notifications of red flag parking restrictions via text, phone, or email. For more information, visit lafd.org/redflag. The City of Los Angeles has begun beta testing an AI tool which will help the rebuilding process in the Pacific Palisades. This AI pilot has been provided to LA City and County through a state and philanthropic partnership. The tool can be used to review building plans for compliance prior to submitting them to LA City's Department of Building and Safety. During the beta testing phase, anyone working on rebuilding a single-family home in Pacific Palisades can become an early adopter of the tech and help train the AI tool. For more information, visit mayor.lacity.gov/press.
Summer heat presents a number of challenges for the non-human members of our families. We're talking about our dogs and what we can do to take care of them when it's hot outside. LA Animal Services has some advice for day-to-day dog care in the heat.
To protect your dogs during the summer, you should make sure that you're not walking them during the mid-heat of the day. Walk them early in the morning or in the evening after it's cooled off, because the concrete and sidewalks can be extremely hot and can cause burns to your pet. Also make sure that they have plenty of water available to them, and if they're outdoors, they need to have access to shade or a doghouse as well. You can tell if your dog is overheated if it begins to pant and breathe heavily, and if its tongue starts to look a purplish color. So you need to make sure that you stop any exercise that they're engaging in. Water should be changed at least once daily to make sure that it's clean. The bowl should be cleaned out and fresh water provided. In the summer, it's a great idea to provide some ice cubes in their water as well. Metal dishes should be kept out of the sun because they actually reflect the heat and can become extremely hot, making the water undrinkable for your pet. It's really important to make sure that you keep your pets at home during the heat and you don't leave them in an unattended vehicle. Even with the windows rolled down, the car can get extremely hot and cause heat distress for your pet. You can find additional information about pet tips by going to laanimalservices.com. Owning a pet is a big responsibility. They rely on us for everything, and it's really important that we consider them as non-human members of our family because they love us unconditionally.
Thanks to LA Animal Services for that helpful heat advice. A family recipe passed down through the generations makes for more than a meal. It becomes a treasured cultural story. The city's Department of Aging began a project to collect home recipes, and the resulting cookbook has just been launched with a flavorful celebration.
Today, we are at the official launch of From My Family to Yours cookbook.
As part of the collaboration, we decided to bring the books to our 72 libraries. So anybody that has a library card can go and check out the book at any of our 72 libraries. We actually have some of the books today for people to check out. So if they have their library card, they can come to our table and check out the book. And if they don't have a library card, they can get one with us today.
Today's event was just really about celebrating all of the amazing recipes and stories of all of our Angelinos, our older adults, our high school students, our middle school students. And with that, at the beginning, we showed a presentation of how everything came about through a cookbook challenge, intergenerational multicultural cookbook challenge, and then how we transitioned into a panel discussion about, really capturing the stories from some of the people that were in the book and some of the people that were involved in the project, and how important food was to them and their families and the people that they serve.
And they go blends nicely together. Look at that. The amazing thing about it is being able to actually share a recipe that, first of all, is from the family, right? The whole thing itself. Growing up in Toronto with my mother would make a dish itself with the rice and chicken. So what I wanted to do is incorporate it because I'm still having rice and chicken, and I want to share that with everybody else in the cookbook. Part of my culture.
I think what's really important here with regards to this book is that we oftentimes forget that meals and food bring families together and bring strangers together. The opportunity to share a meal, to share a recipe, will have long-lasting impacts on the lives of many generations to come.
Our biggest hope with this entire cookbook project, From My Family to Yours, is for people to share food experiences, food memories, and be able to connect with one another.
I'm just excited to be part of this project that was put together, because the sharing ideas and sharing food and sharing recipes with everybody else in different cultures is one of the most important things.
The recipe that I prepared was a recipe my mom had taught me as a child. And it was a challenge for me to prepare this recipe because my mom showed me the recipe by a touch of this, a touch of that, a little here, a little there. And trying to take that and put it into a recipe was really, really hard. But I think the hardest part was also, as I was preparing the meal, remembering all the lessons my mom taught me.
We hope that People can read this book and be inspired to cook together, to eat together, and break bread together, share life experiences together.
Happy cooking.
From My Family to Yours cookbook can now be borrowed from the LA Public Library. To celebrate National Day of Play, kids gathered to try different sports, move around, and play. The activities were supported by the 1984 Olympic Games, whose legacy continues to give to Angelenos.
LA84 Foundation and the Play Equity Fund is hosting our National Day of Play Day block party here in historic West Adams in partnership with Council District 10 Council Member Heather Hutt. The LA84 Foundation is a legacy of the 84 Olympic Games, and our mission for the last 41 years has been to keep the Olympic legacy alive in Los Angeles, and no better way to do that than with our Play Day this year, ensuring that all kids have access to sport, play, and movement, and that's sort of the vision we have in terms of bringing people together.
So PlayLA definitely invites you to participate for future events. We want to make sure that all the communities, all the kids, and everybody participates as coaches, as just future Olympians.
We have over 20 activations from squash to archery to baseball to soccer. Really celebrating the power of sport. We also have food, music, art, and culture.
And so we're just really trying to get all of our communities preparing for the LA28 Olympic sports and Paralympic sports. What it's going to bring to this type of event is just an amazing energy, just future Olympians. We're trying to go ahead and build up those skills for future soccer players, future skateboarders.
Happy Play Day.
Jobs, not jails. It's not just a catchphrase at Homeboy Industries. They know the value of education, and a decade ago, they began encouraging their members to complete their studies. Now they are celebrating their largest number of academic graduates.
We are at Homeboy Industries, the largest gang intervention rehab reentry program on the planet Earth, and today was our graduation. We had 109 graduates. Our largest group of graduates, we've never had that many. Our first graduation here was just only 10 years ago. We had one graduate, Natalie.
I remember that graduation 10 years ago with one person, and to see this, it's so inspiring.
When we started this, high school was never even a thing, or graduating wasn't a thing, but now it is. Some have a hard time even reading, so we help with remedial reading. And then some go on and get a PhD. So we have the whole gamut. I hope they feel celebrated. We always say you are the accomplishment, not the diploma in your hand, but you are the accomplishment. So the more that they can feel the dignity of that and the nobility in that, and the more they can inhabit that truth, then the more they will become that truth. And then they're solid and resilient and nothing can touch them.
When I got to Homeboys, I was in rehab on probation. Now I have 2.5 years clean.
And a special thanks to a man whose vision who made this all possible. I often think, where would I be if I didn't have this place? Thank you so much. It is an honor and a pleasure. Thank you, President Rick Boyer.
Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it. What I've gained from this experience is total confidence. I myself, work ethic, discipline, and I've gained a lot of new friends and family.
So always alongside whatever else they're doing here, which is the number one thing, is to heal, and their therapy and groups and all sorts of things. And they work side by side with enemies, people they used to shoot at. And then along with that, we want them to always be dedicated to some kind of further education.
Well, I'm celebrating that I finally fulfilled one of my goals when I was a little kid. And I believe my destiny, since I strongly believe that I was born to be a brewery. And I didn't stop till I got to UCLA. I completed my Bachelor of Arts in sociology and Chicano and Central American studies.
We have so many different programs here. We have education. We also have the cafe, the bakery, so we got a lot of different job opportunities that can help you get on your feet.
We're a gang intervention program, folks who have been previously incarcerated or a gang involved. And so folks come out of prison and they join us. And, or, you know, when they're tired of being tired, they join us. Or it takes what it takes, you know, it can be the birth of a son, the death of a friend, a long stretch in prison. They come to us and we always welcome them.
This is a place where resources are limited. So you want to do something with your life, like turn it around, whether it's education, job, or a vocational, come to Homeboy, you know what I mean? Like, just be ready, like take a step forward.
Amy Jones, a Homeboys high school graduate.
Frida Kahlo said she painted flowers so they wouldn't die. Pinto flores para que no mueran. Her life story is an inspiration to other artists and the reason there is the Frida Kahlo Theater in LA. The Department of Cultural Affairs shows us around a center that supports the local community's creativity.
El Grupo de Teatro Sinergia's mission is to create cultural programming for our community in English and in Spanish, to offer classes for youth and adults also in English and Spanish, and to create a cultural center where we can discuss our ideas. And we've been here now 31 years. We are located in Westlake, MacArthur Park. The population is mainly Latinos. About 65–70% of what we do is in Spanish because of the community that surrounds us. We've been able to offer our community programming that otherwise they would not have. What we do is theater. We have classes for children, for adults, and theater. We have film classes, photography classes, and animation classes for children. Those are completely free. Those are mainly the programs we have. Originally, as I was told, this building was an ASO dance hall for the servicemen during the Second World War. In 1960, the city took over the Department of Park and Rec. In 1980, when the Department of Cultural Affairs was created, the management of the building went to the department. We came here in 1994. And the reason we called the place the Frida Kahlo Theater was because we were very well known for a play I wrote and directed in 1993 about Frida Kahlo. Excellent reviews. So we continued doing the show and we decided to call the theater the Frida Kahlo Theater because people identified us with that play. And we've done close to 700 performances of that play. We have also a couple of programs. One of them is the 10-Minute Theater Festival that we've been doing for now 13 years. Last year we did 4 months of it. There were 40 plays. This year we did 30. And the other program is the stage readings. Every year we chose 12 new plays by Latino writers and we staged them. We have probably about 45 weekends of performances every year. If you're a Latino writer, there are not that many places where you can showcase your work. So for us, it was very important to create that outlet. What people will remember from us in 200 years, it will be the art. That art will represent us into the future. Our website is fridakahlotheater.org, and that's where you can find all the information.
In this week's Things to Do, cruise over to El Pueblo's car show. Summer night lights are on at Hazard Rec, and enjoy a grand performance of poetry with Jessica Salgado and guests. All this up next on Things to Do.
Join El Pueblo Historical Monument for the annual car show on Saturday, August 2nd. Head to Olvera Street and enjoy 300 cars on display along with vendors, food, music, raffles, and awards for the cars. Enjoy a look under the hood and appreciate those gleaming details. The day will be a ton of fun and a chance to celebrate the lowrider culture and community. Cruise on down to the El Pueblo Car Show all day on Saturday, August 2nd from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. For more information, visit elpueblo.lacity.gov/events. It's the season for Summer Night Lights. This program by Mayor Karen Bass, the Department of Recreation and Parks, and the city's Gang Reduction and Youth Development Program connects the community to their park at Hazard Rec Center. From now until August 8th, Hazard Rec Center will be offering extended hours on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. The program promises food, sports, and activities for the whole community. Head to Hazard Rec Center for Summer Night Lights on Thursday, July 31st, Friday, August 1st, and Saturday, August 2nd from 6 p.m. For more information, see the Summer Night Lights tab at laparks.org/events. Join the Department of Cultural Affairs for a night of poetry as part of Grand Performances summer events. These free performances are taking place at California Plaza, and on Friday, August 1st, it's She Speaks, The Last Word with Jessica Salgado. LA-born Salvadoran poet Salgado blends heart and unapologetic honesty in her work. On this curated evening, she brings together poets whose stories demand to be celebrated and honored. Head to California Plaza for this grand performance, She Speaks, The Last Word with Jessica Salgado, on Friday, August 1st, beginning at 6 p.m. For more information, visit grandperformances.org. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.